Hello, happy Friday, you guys. I did not plan to do a live in my car, but I did plan to do a live. We have my basement's like under construction, so we have like all this loud construction going on. So I'm in the car, but I've had a lot of DMs from you guys asking me to show you the new Seint Mother's Day releases. So I just got it yesterday. We're gonna do an unboxing in the car together, and I will tell you my thoughts. But if you're just joining, tell me hi, tell me what you're doing. What are you up to today? My name is Lauren. I'm 44 years old, and I love making makeup just really simple and easy for you. I love using a product called Seint, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I show you guys a lot of different products, but Seint is one that I've been using for like 6 years. So it's one that's like a tried and true to me. So if you do have mature skin, you don't love what you're using, this makeup brand, it's cream and it's a clean makeup brand, is amazing. So they are having some new Mother's Day releases, and I'm going to show you what they are. Okay, so first one is this palette. It's so pretty. Hopefully you can see it. And inside you get all of these colors. So like I said, I'm in the car. Did not mean to be in the car today, but that's just, we're rolling. We're rolling with the punches. There's a lot going on at my house today. But in this compact, I already put them in, but they are magnetic tins. So these are all individual tins, and they magnetize in and out of the compact. So really all you have to do is when you're done with them and you're like, oh, I want a different color, you can just take it out and get a new one. But this is the color, this is our bronzer. It's called Bella Bronzer. It's my absolute favorite bronzer. This is Boardwalk. Then you've got Angel Illuminator, you've got a lip balm, which I will show you all the different uses for, and then you've got 4 eyeshadow colors. So if you were to give this to someone, your mother, a girlfriend, a sister, that you just absolutely want to do something for, this is awesome because they don't have to wear foundation in order to wear this. You can use this as just an add-on to what they're already using. So that's what I love about this. Then you've got the color, let's see, this one's Basic, Mama, you've got Snowbird, and I believe Sis. Is this Sis or Soulmate? Let me just pop it out and look. Sis. So this is what they look like, and they just magnetize in like this. So these are the colors. I'm going to do an eye look. I'm going to show you how I'd use all these. I do have like foundation on, so I'm going to show you how you can put it on top. And then they also have some new lip stains, and I'm really excited about them. So I was going to try those on so you guys could see, as well as this new lip whip. It's a whipped lip product. So we're going to try all of these. Like I said, have not tried them. They came yesterday, and they're going to release, I believe, on the 29th of April. So you have a little bit longer before you can grab them, but want to give you kind of my thoughts on them before you go and decide if you want them. So let's do a look with this palette. I believe it's called, I don't even know what it's called. I thought there's like a name for this, but it's a collection. So it's really cool. So I'm going to start with bronzer. This one's Bella Bronzer. Okay, Bella Bronzer looks great on everyone. It's so good. And I'm going to use, this is the BK Beauty 101 brush. I have been using this for my foundation, my blush, my bronzer. I absolutely love this one. So if you're looking for a good foundation brush, this one's really good. And I'm just going to go into my bronzer. Now, this bronzer is really pigmented. So if you go onto it with your straight onto your face, it's going to be too much. So what I like to do, you know what, that is a good question. What is the price of the palette? I am not sure off the top of my head, but I will, when I post this, I'll make sure I put it so that you will know the price. I will put the price for everything. My screen is so dark, so it's really hard to see. So I'm going to use my palette. The palette does have a mirror, and I'm just going to put this bronzer on. Now, one thing about bronzer that I absolutely love, if you're using a foundation and you're moving into summer, or like you tan, I don't tan a lot, but if you do tan and you don't want to totally go up on your foundation, you can use this bronzer and it will give you just a little bit more of a bronze look. So you don't have to buy a new foundation. You could put this underneath your current foundation and it will just give it a little bit of a darker look, or you can put it on top. So this is just a really pretty glowy bronzer. Cream bronzers are my favorite. That's all I use. So okay, let me just make sure. If you have any questions too, just let me know. Hopefully I can do my best to answer them. Like I said, I'm not sure of prices. I wish I would have looked. I didn't. I just got excited and wanted to show you. All right, then we'll go in with our Boardwalk. Boardwalk is a really pretty neutral color with a little bit of a pink undertone, kind of a peachy pink. And we'll just put that on top. So your blush is going to go right on top of the bronzer. That is way too much. I cannot see what I'm doing, you guys, at all because my phone screen is so dark for some reason. Is it dark on your end for you? I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. So like you see, it's just a really nice neutral color. It is not anything crazy. I love it. I would put it on my lips, but I want to keep those open because I want to show you the lip stains. So easy. Then you can take your finger and go onto this Angel Illuminator and just put it right here on the high points of the cheeks. This is going to give some glow to the skin. You can put it right there on the Cupid's bow. And then just down the nose. You can use that as an eyeshadow too. It's really, really pretty. So those are like your kind of base colors that I would use once I have my foundation on. Now we're going to do an eye look with these 4 colors. So I'm going to use, this is the eyeshadow brush from Seint. I love it. It's double-ended. I'm going to put on a little bit of primer. This is a primer from Celeste, but really you can use whatever primer you want. I like to use a primer just because 1 is going to make your lids kind of evened out. And then 2, your eyeshadow won't come off, which is really nice, especially if you have more oily lids and you find that your eyeshadow is coming off. Using a primer is like really important, okay? All right, then we're gonna start. So I'm gonna start with basic. I love basic, it's really pretty. Now, with these 4 colors, you could do a 2-color eye look, you could do a 4-color eye look. Really, you can kind of play with them. If it was me, what I would do is I would pair basic and snowbird together. I think those would be really pretty just as a 2-color look, or sis and mama together would be really pretty. A lot of times I've just worn basic and mama together. So really these are like, there's so many different color combinations with this. I absolutely love that. I like having 4 colors where I get a lot of different kind of wiggle room to get a lot of different looks. It's the most bang for your buck. So we're going to start with, actually let's start with mama first. I like mama. It is just a really good neutral pink. I'm going to start, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to see in my screen, but like I said, I can't. So I'm just going to start right here above where my natural crease is, and I'm going to bring the majority of the color up towards the eyebrow, kind of flicking it up, and then into the inner corner. And I'm keeping it just high right now, and then I'm going to kind of work it onto the lid at the same time. So just kind of tapping that on once I get that placement. Now, if you don't wear a lot of pinks, if you're not like a color person, this is a great color to start with because it's not crazy pink. It's a really just good neutral pink, and it looks good on so many eye colors. And like I said, I will post, when I post this, I'll put it on my page, and I'll put the prices for all these Mother's Day releases so that you know kind of what to expect with that. Okay, and I'm just kind of building the color. Just like that. Okay, so that's mama. Now, to me, mama is pretty on its own. You could totally wear it on its own. But if you wanted to build the color up, we're going to put a little bit of basic. And I'm going to keep that on the outer corner. Just kind of build that up. I'm going to actually turn, whoops. Oh, there we go. I'm dropping everything. We're going to do a little bit on this side. This is going to be the pencil in, so you're going to get a little bit more pigment, but we can kind of really just build up that outer corner. And then I'm just going to flip my brush. So I love this brush because it's just so easy. And we're just going to build that outer corner, but we're just keeping it all out on the outer corner. Good. I'm glad you love an everyday eye tutorial. It's just easy. These colors too are just so good because they work on everyone and they're not crazy dark. So it is such a neutral look while you're still adding a little bit of color. So you can see I just put a little dot right there, right above my natural crease. And if you have hooded eyes, aging eyes in general, that crease can become really hooded. It can also become really, it moves a lot more than it used to is the best way to say that. So if you just apply it a little bit higher, that will also help you get a lifted look. I have Mama with second color. Second color is basic. So I just put Mama above my natural crease into the inner corner and on the lid. And then I went into basic and I kept it on the outer corner. Now what I'm going to do, if you have a hard time with your eyeshadow blending, go back into that first color that you used. That's going to be your transition color. and kind of blend those two again together. And that's what you get. That's when you get that seamless eyeshadow look, that like if you're struggling to get that, go back to transition color. It's like a key. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you're looking for a really good eyeshadow look in general and you don't want the whole palette, these 4 colors are great. I absolutely love them. So, okay, so now you've got basic and mama on. I'm going to take the pencil end again, going back into basic, which is like a neutral brown, and I'm going to run that underneath my under eye because I want to give a little bit of depth. Yeah, so Cassie, what I think, hopefully I said your name right. If you go back into that transition color and you blend it on top, you're going to get more of a seamless look. So that's one thing. If you notice that your eyeshadow is patchy when you put it on, or you're not getting like a seamless blend, go back with the transition color. Your transition color is always the medium color that you started with, and you can always blend that back together. And if you want to make, you know, more defined, you can go back in, build the color. My philosophy with eyeshadow is less is more and build the color. So always start with less on the brush. You can see I'm tapping it, and then build. And you'll like your eyeshadow look so much more. So, okay, you could be done with those 2 colors. Now, if you're someone who likes shimmer, this next one's for you. You could do one of these shimmers or you can do both. I'm going to do both just to show you like how I would do this. So, with shimmer and you have a lot of texture on the lids, I like to tap into the eyeshadow and then spray my finger with setting spray and then tap it on to my eye. This will make it look a lot more like, it's a little bit more creamy. It looks a lot more smooth on the eye. So if you have texture, that's just a good hint. I didn't bring my setting spray because like I said, this is like, I grabbed everything with the construction and just kind of ran out into the, into the car. But that's what Snowbird looks like. It's really pretty. I'm going to just kind of tap that onto my finger and my hand just to kind of make sure that I don't put too much on. And I'm going to place that right on the middle of the eye. And because I have my eyeshadow primer there, it's going to grip and it's going to kind of just hang there, which is good. That's what we want. So just kind of like that, okay? I'm not putting it all over the lid. It's a little darker too, so I don't want it all over the lid. I want to keep everything really light and kind of bright. So I'm keeping my inner corner. I'm leaving it alone for right now, okay? Same thing. I'm going to go back into Mama, which is that first color. And I'm just going to kind of blend it all together again, okay? So we don't want these transition colors. You don't want to see like different colors on the eye. You really want it to look seamless. And that's why we're going back into the first color we used. This is the Mother's Day palette. So it's releasing, I believe, on April 29th. And these are the colors in it. And so I'm just showing you different ways to use it. And some of you might have these colors at home already, which is kind of fun too. Just giving you a different way. So yeah, so take that first color and really blend that together. Okay, now we're going to open the inner corner of the eye and we're going to go into Sis. Now Sis, choose a different finger, is a really pretty light shimmery color. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner of the eye. The reason I like to do a light color on the inner corner of the eye is it's going to really open the eye. So I'm just pressing, see, I'm just pressing with my finger onto the lid. And that's going to really open up the eye and give it that look of like it's bigger. I think the Mama one I have, or one very similar. Yeah. If you can find anything that tone, this will all work really well for you. Like I said, I do like using setting spray when I'm applying shimmer. I just think it goes on better, especially with, if you have more movable texture on the eyelids, which I do, it just goes on a lot better. But I'm just going to kind of blend that. I'll have to clean up my under eye here in a minute. Okay. So pretty, right? Simple, simple. And then I'm going to clean up my under eye. So let me get my other brush. This is my detail brush. And I'm just going to clean up the under eye. Just like that. You're so welcome. Okay. Easy, right? It's not crazy. It doesn't look like I have a ton of makeup on, but it gives me something on the eye. And then I like, personally, I'm an eyeliner girl. So I'm going to get my eyeliner. I have everything in like this box that I grabbed. So I'm just going to grab the Kosas. Like I said, if you want to use a light eyeliner with this palette, you could use basic too, and as an eyeliner. I'm going to use this just as my normal eyeliner, and I'm going to actually tight line. So I'm just going to go underneath the lashes, and I'm just going to kind of go in between the lashes. So I'm not on my waterline, you guys. A lot of times when people do this, if you're putting it on your waterline, it is going to definitely smudge. So don't put it on your waterline, put it in between the lashes. It's just like I'm just coloring in between them. Sorry, I'm using my car mirror for this because I can't see. Very subtle, just gives me a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit on the outer corner, and I like to kind of come right here, like right there, and just make a little mark, and then I bring it under. So nothing crazy. We're not doing any crazy wing. Just a little bit to add a little bit of the look of a bigger eye. Okay? Easy. Now, add a little bit of mascara. And I'm going to use the Celeste mascara. I love this one. It's my favorite. It's like $15. And I'm going to add it especially on the outer corner of the eye, and that is going to really give the look of more depth on the outer corner of the eye. I already had a little bit of mascara on because I had it on this morning to run errands. Okay? So pretty, right? Now, if I wanted to, I could add Boardwalk, which is my blush. I could add that on my lips, but because Seint just released a bunch of lip stains, I thought we could do that together. So I would spray this. So if you're using cream makeup, make sure you're spraying it so it stays. And you can set it with a powder if you are more oily. These are the new lip tints. Aren't they pretty? Like, I love the packaging. They're really sleek. This one is Poppy. They look really bright, so I'm going to be interested to see how this goes on, and we'll put them on. I just want to show you the difference. Poppy, I didn't get them all because I didn't like some of the colors. They look dark, but I could be wrong. I just do better with like a lighter color. This is Berry. And then, and like I said, I'll put these on. I'm not going to just leave you hanging. This one is Cherry. And they're all really bright. I'm a little nervous. I don't know. I've seen them on other people though, and they're super pretty. And then this one is Pinky. This is the one I really wanted to try because it looked really pretty online, and I love pink. Like, it's my favorite to wear, but it looks bright. So let's see. Okay, should we just start with Pinky? So I'm going to just go ahead. Actually, hold on a minute. This is the other thing they came out with, this lip whip. I don't know if you're supposed to put this on. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, on this, in this palette, the Mother's Day palette, there is a balm, and you can use that as like a chapstick. You can also use that under the eye if you crease. I like to put on my eye makeup and then I'll tap it underneath, and that works really well too. So that palette does have like a lip conditioner in it, which is really nice. But this lip whip is supposed to be like a mask, I believe. It looks like this, so it's got a really cool applicator. And I'm going to put a little on just so I can tell you my thoughts on it. Okay. First of all, it's very hydrating. It's very smooth. It doesn't feel gritty. It's very soft on the lips. I do really like the texture of this a lot. Immediately hydrates my lips. So this is awesome. If you're looking for something, I could see myself carrying this in like my purse, my car. I always have dry lips. So this one is supposed to be really, really good for that. This is the lip whip. And like I said, when I post this, I'll put like the prices for everything. I just don't know off the top of my head. Okay, let's try Pinky. So these are all lip stains. Now, I don't know about their staying power. I've heard people say that they stay on really well, but I don't know. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, so my first thought on these is this is kind of wet at first, but as it's sitting on my lips, it's starting to dry down. So at first I get worried because I'm not a big, like, I don't like when things are really wet. But this is drying down. So this one's pinky. This is pretty. Pinky. I like this one. It feels very hydrating. These are not matte at all. They feel sheer. It feels like when I look at it, it looks really sheer, but it's giving me a good wash of color. I'm more of a gloss person, so this is more up my alley than like a lipstick. But this one's really pretty. This one's pinky, okay? I brought a little like wet napkin so I can like wipe these off and show you the next color. That one's pretty. I actually really like that. It's kind of staining my lips actually. So I hope that I bet these have like more of a staying power than I think. Okay. All right. Next one. Let's do cherry. Okay, so this one's going to be, I don't know. I don't even know what color this one's going to be. Let's see. Oh. Okay. That one is a lot more bright than I ever wear. It's more of a red. So if you're like a red, it has definitely a pink undertone. But if you like more red, this one's going to be for you. I will say I have lip lines and these are not bleeding on like any of my lip lines. Okay, this one's cherry. This is way out of my comfort zone. I will be honest, this one is not one that I would reach for. It would be really pretty if you like red. I'm just not a red person. And I have really small lips, so I don't tend to grab things that really accentuate the lips too much. But this one is a really pretty color. If you like, you should try the lip mask on top. Try it sometime. I wonder if you get even more stain. Ooh, I'll do it at the very end and then I'll let you know. That's a great idea. Yeah, to give it a glossy look. Because I would say though, these aren't matte. These are not going to lay on your lips matte. They're really like hydrating. It feels like a lip balm when I put it on. Or like when I use my Buxom or something and I have that kind of like a lip gloss. That's what it reminds me of. It's not matte at all. So I do wonder if I put on the lip whip on top, if that would even make it even more hydrating, which is kind of what I like a little bit more too. So this one's cherry, okay? So we've done pinky and we've done cherry. Yeah, I really like it. I will say they're staining my lips. So the staying power, especially where I only use lip glosses, but they wear off really fast. This has the same type of texture to me as a lip gloss, but they're staying on, which is amazing. So you wouldn't have to reapply all the time, which is what I do all the time with my lip glosses. Oh, you're fine. This is all Seint. So Seint is the cream makeup brand that I use a lot. It's in the palette system that I talk about. And I've been using it for like 6 years, but they're coming out with Mother's Day releases and they'll release on April 29th. So all of these colors will release, and make sure you're on my email list, you guys. If you're not on my email list, if you go to my link in my bio, you can actually sign up for my newsletter, and I send you out all the reminders of all of this. So that way you'll get a reminder and you know when they drop, because I bet you these will sell out pretty fast. They're really cool. Okay. Yeah, like that is staining my lips. So these do stain. There are lip stains. Okay. Next one, Poppy. I'm scared of this one. I'm not going to lie to you. These are bright. But I do love Pinky. Pinky is my favorite so far. So this one's Poppy. Oh, this is not going on as scary as I thought. These are like perfect for spring. Okay. I do like this little applicator. I'm going to say that because if you're like me and you have small lips, like as we age, a lot of times our lips get smaller if you're not putting filler in them. And it's really hard if you've ever used a lip gloss or a lipstick and they're larger to really get on that top lip. These are like the perfect size for like a smaller lip. So I do appreciate that because I do think that it is hard with applicators. Oh, I like that one. That's bright, but it's fun. So this one's Poppy. I would say it has more of a, I would say cherry is more pink red. This one's not as pink red. So I like this one. I'm actually surprised I like this one. It's very bright. Okay. Like, how perfect would this be if you had like an event to go to? And I think I have one more. One more. And then I'll put the lip whip on top of the last one. The last one is really, I actually want to see what it looks like on, you guys look at my lips. It is stained. They're really stained. That's good. That means they're not going to move. That's what we want. All right. The last one is berry. This one reminds me of black cherry. So if you've ever had black cherry from Seint, that's the only thing I'm imagining this one is. Oh, okay. This is pretty. This one and Pinky are more up my alley, I think, because they're more of like that pink toned. That one's pretty. Okay, which one's your favorite? I want to know. As I kind of like try to get some of this evened out. Okay. I like berry. That's pretty. All right. I want to know what your favorite is, if you have a favorite. And then I'm going to put the lip whip on top. So this is the lip whip. It's like a lip conditioner, kind of like a mask. And it's so hydrating. Oh, that's pretty. You guys were right. I do like this on top. It gives it like that glossy look. Look how pretty that is. Pinky and berry. Yeah, those are mine too. Good idea. I would actually layer on top of this. This is great. Like if you, especially if you have lip lines and you feel like anything accentuates that, that would really help a lot, make it more glossy. I like that one. I like berry. I'm actually surprised. Pinky and berry, those are my two favorites. There is one more, I believe, that is darker that I didn't grab. So if you like a darker shade, that one would be more for you. I just don't tend to wear really dark shades on my lips, so I didn't grab it. But those are the new releases, you guys. I hope that helped a little bit. I hope you're excited. I'm excited to get these in your hands because they're really good. Like, they're different and they're fun for spring and summer. So especially if you are, I've had some DMs asking like, what's my favorite go-to, you know, lip color for spring and summer? These would be perfect, especially if you're not someone who likes a matte look, someone who just likes a lip gloss or wants a stain on your lips. These are so pretty. Like, I'm really impressed. So I'm going to post this and then I will put all the information on how much they cost, all the things, so that you guys are aware of like what the prices are. Sorry, I don't have that off the top of my head. So I hope you guys have a good Friday, a good weekend, whatever your plans are. We have lots of sports coming up, so I might be a little MIA, but I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a good Friday. Bye.